So why am I called the North of 60 Gamer? There are two reasons. First of all, I live in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, Canada. That's at 62 degrees, 42 minutes north. And my age is over 60. So I have been gaming for over 50 years now, starting off in the late 60s and gamed right through until about the 80s. I took a hiatus and then I jumped back in just a few years ago. I really enjoy gaming, so I want to bring to you the best that I have, and I want to share my opinions, my games, my thoughts with you. So please join me in looking at some of the games that I have brought in the last week, so I can share them with you and share some of my thoughts. But before we do that, I'd like to wish a speedy recovery to James, the owner of the Ogre's Lair family gaming store here in Yellowknife. He has been sick since Christmas time, and I wish him well. And let's get that store open because we miss him, and we'd like to get back in there and play and enjoy the ambience. As you can see in front of me is the Tower of New Games. In fact, there's 3 stacks sitting on my table here, and I'm wondering, how am I going to get through this all in about 5 or 6 minutes so I don't lose my audience? So we're going to just plow through the games. I'm not going to spend a lot of time describing each game. I'm just going to talk about what the game is briefly, and then on we go. If you want to see more, check out the games on Board Game Geek or look at the videos that are out there. I'll probably be doing some videos coming up, especially for this top one here, Arkham Horror. This is an expansion for the Arkham Horror living card game from Fantasy Flight Games. Last year, this was a joke on April 1st. Now it's sitting on top of my pile, getting ready to play. If there was any one game in this entire stack of games that I'm going to present to you, this is the one that I would put out on the table and play for you. I think it's going to be a little bit tongue-in-cheek, and I really hope that it piques my interest in playing Arkham Horror, the living card game, again. As you can see, peeking out from underneath Arkham Horror is Under Falling Skies. This is a solo-only game. It kind of reminds me of Space Invaders, as the little guys go nyik, 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 and they come down and they come down and down and eventually destroy your bases. I've seen some video run-throughs. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a dice placement game, and you try to destroy the ships as they come down before the mothership crushes you. It looks like a fun game. I love solo-only games. That is my passion. So most of what I buy are solo-friendly games. It is one of my criteria that when I add a game to my collection, that it should 99% of the time have a solo mode, and this is solo only. So it's a no-brainer. I believe it's quick to set up. I haven't played it yet. You can see most of these games are still new and shrink. So this one will be going to the table very soon because I tend to play solo-only games more than I play anything else. Don't know if I'll do a video run-through with this because there's lots of good ones out there now, but this is new to my table, and I thought I would share that with you right now. Moving along from Falling Skies, we're going into Wingspan. This is the Oceania expansion. This is the second expansion for the very successful Stonemeyer's Wingspan. The European birds were the last expansion. This is more along the lines of the Oceania birds. I think it includes like Australia and Pacific birds, where the Euro expansion was more European and the base game is more North American. But there's lots in the box. We'll just flip that over so you can see that. There's new cards, new goals, new food, new eggs, not that eggs matter, new bonuses, and a new player mat. So I'm very interested to explore whether that player mat has new rules or it's just a new player mat. I will get back to you on that, but this is now in my collection. It will be put into the base game eventually, but I think I'd like to play this standalone if I could, just to get a handle on the types of birds. But let me know down in the comments if you've played this and whether you play it standalone or do you integrate that into your base game. Let me know down in the comments. Dune Imperium. Direwolf Digital has paired up with Legendary to create a board game based on the Dune universe, Dune Imperium. It's the fight for the spice. You play a faction, and you're fighting over Arrakis and scheming to become the top spice person, if you will. It's been a while since I've read the book. I'm looking forward to this. I loved the books back when I read them years ago. I've seen the movies. There is a movie coming up, so I'm very interested in playing this game. From all accounts, it's getting really good reviews right now. It was designed by Paul Dennen. So I think this is going to be a big game this year. It's going to be one of the top 10 games for sure, especially in my collection. So let's take a look eventually at this game. I'd like to pull it apart and take a good look at it. But for now, it is in my collection. So let's end this. Roger Deering. This game, oh my God, will rival Gloomhaven in terms of weight. I don't know if it's 22 pounds, but it certainly feels like it. Dungeon Crusade. I first saw this on Kickstarter and I went, I am not sure. What sold it for me was Roger himself. This was his third campaign when he finally funded it. The first two campaigns did not fund. This truly, for him, is a labor of love. His Facebook page, he is there talking to people, clarifying rules. He brought us along with him through the various videos that he produced. This has been a great campaign, not just from a success standpoint of him getting this funded, but the success of this designer getting a labor of love out there and then continue to support the community underneath him who are asking questions, who are asking for clarifications. He has communicated all along in terms of pictures, videos, where this game is, and finally it got shipped. I am so looking forward to play this. This is a dungeon crawl. It is big. The people on Facebook have really been enjoying it. I think it's a sleeper. In other words, I don't think this is ever going to get wide stream love from retailers. But I think as a labor of love, people are really reacting to this. They're enjoying the gameplay. I would check out Facebook. Just look up Dungeon Crusade and find it. Say hi to Roger. Tell him I sent you. And I don't know if there's copies available for this game yet, but I think that this is a sleeper hit. And people who have it are going to enjoy it and keep it for a while. It may hit the secondary market. I'm just going to turn it over. This game is huge. Look at the table. I don't even know how I am going to play it at this point, but I am glad I have it in my collection. And I just wanted to point out that Roger Deering has been absolutely fabulous throughout that campaign, throughout the whole process, from the beginning to the end, and he's still there with us. So that's it, folks. That's everything that I got this week. I have one more that just came in, and I'm not going to bring it to the table. I can't even lift it at this point. I opened the box yesterday, there's like 4 boxes to this one game, and I'm going like, I don't even want to look at it. But I'll be taking a look at that probably in a week or two when I can clear some space in my room. If you saw my room here, you would be going, how does he do it? This little bit of studio that I've carved out here is in less than about 30 square feet. So it's a little cramped. I've got some new lighting. And if you saw the 2 light stands and mics and booms and all kinds of things hanging around in that 30 square feet, there's not a lot of room here. But I'm having a hell of a lot of fun. And hopefully, if you've had fun, please like. This is Harry Jacobs, North of 60 Gamer. Welcome to my table.